Welcome back, beautiful souls, to another video with me, Erin Chandler, and Channel Your Light, Own Your Intuitive. Thank you so much for being here with me on this channel, for listening with me, for evolving with me, for learning with me, and co-creating with me and all of the other beautiful starseeds, light workers, light bearers, and just incredible people that are subscribed to this channel. I cannot thank you enough for all of your comments, all of the love that all of you guys are spreading. I know some of you are very, very tired. That is what today's video is actually about. The journey and the process can be exhausting. There's periods of integration, there's periods of evolving, there's periods of rapid expansion, there's periods of a lot of levels of darkness, both the dark and the light. All of these things comprise the entire journey that you have been on. Right now, the evolution of the different subsets of souls, if I'm moving through the oversouls of each of the pods, each pod is being turned over, turning over a new leaf, moving from the past to the future, but in the present moment. So this is some of the information that's been coming through. I want to talk about the rainbow eye. So in our private community, we are doing guided spiritual expansion of thought, mind, presence. And one of the things that have been coming through is the rainbow eye. So this is important because it's in relevance to you, rainbow sheep. So the process, I want you to think about the process that you've been on your life. And I want you to think about the concept of the light and the dark night of the soul. Okay, so there's a reason why it's called the dark night of the soul and coming into light. And sometimes there's multiple dark nights of the souls as we move through those layers. It's both beautiful and exquisite, and it's like, what the heck is going on moments, or I don't know what is happening. It's putting you into the zone. It's putting you back into that over and over and over again. So the things that comprise, if we think about the dark night of the soul and the light. So this piece and this aspect will be slightly different for each of you, but I want to focus on the rainbow sheep because you keep coming. One of the beautiful souls on this channel put on a comment, she kept hearing taste the rainbow, the rays and the frequencies and the rainbow sheep. Everybody's being up-leveled on this in consciousness. Those who have done their work are in the midst of the up-level. In January, one of the things I had channeled and posted on my website on the Divine Channels is that the next wave of souls is ready. It's ready for the next mode of expansion. It's ready for the next gifts and abilities to come online. It's ready for the next evolution of the soul and the Great Awakening. Things will move rapidly. You will notice that you are perhaps manifesting at a more rapid pace, whether it is good or bad. This is true. You will notice this. You may notice signs, synchronicities, and omens. So clear. Could we make it any more obvious? We are designed to move through this at the time through the Great Awakening. You must gather and amplify with people that understand or are on the same frequency as your energy or slightly above the frequency that you believe yourself to be at so that your vibration may attune to that space. So we're being called to do that now. Do not dwell on the past. This is the piece of the Great Awakening that we're moving through. Here is how the cycles of trauma work and have to work in the collective consciousness, and part of why all of you are here. You are seated in every race, every culture, every religion, every belief, and every aspect of darkness that can exist. Starseeds are in every single one of those because you are the stars seeding the light in the depths of consciousness. That is part of your purpose. Hence the Starseed video. It is not a punishment. When you understand this one thing, it really is this one thing. Hold up, this wasn't a punishment. I was literally here to sow the light. I don't need to pull it in. I can detach. I can choose the sacred references. The sacred references is what I want to say. They're not reverences, but there's a reason why sacred reverence came in. The sacred references that all of you hold, the wisdom that is inside you, the pieces of you that you have denied. So here's what happens, starseeds. They're this beautiful bright light, and all the SHIT gets dumped into their energetic fields and their subtle energy bodies and their thought forms. And instead of their energy creating from this beautiful bright light from within that they are, all that dark comes into their field. See what we're talking about right now? What we're doing is calling back our I am presence, detaching, removing any dark, dense, negative, heavy energy from the journey, because we're on the next phase. Okay? You are all on, this is really, really strong. My daughter Ava, you are all on the next phase. Whether you understand what this phase is, or despite where you are in your journey, whether you think you're at a stage 1 or you're at a stage 9, it doesn't matter. You are all moving collectively to the next stage. So what's happening in this process, this is why it feels like chaos. This is why suddenly you're opening and expanding to all these wild and different new things, or being presented with different perspectives or concepts or contexts. The reason this is happening is because you're having a revolution. The evolution of you is the revolution of you inside of you. So fifth dimensional beings, most of you have been operating in and out of the flow of fifth dimension. Dimensions are perspectives. So currently on the earth plane, which is 3D perspective, which is mind, body, spirit, calling back the I am presence within us, the holiness of the house of self, and removing all swords, all splinters, all poisoned arrows that have been shot into sitting in the quiet, in the hidden corners of your energy or your mind or your thoughts. We are being told to clean house at this time, cleaning house of the thoughts of the past, the thoughts that you do not matter, the thoughts that do not serve you, the thoughts that diminish you rather than uplift you, and see where your light has threaded through, what has been brought from it. We are removing the hooks of the past. That's why we are being called to strengthen our energetic fields and our house of self, clearing out all of the debris. This means we do not dwell on the past, and we move and flow with the essence of where we are going, because that box of the past is now collapsing. It is collapsing. So on the earth plane, because we have starseeds, because we are in the third dimension, we are being called to ascend, which is essentially descension, right? It's the descension of the higher self, the higher perspectives, spirit, your spirit's calling, embodied in the physical 3D, rooted in the earth plane. I feel like I've touched on this on pretty much every single one of my videos at some point, but for the last 2 years, my daughter Ava has said, we're clearing out the house of self. 2020 to 2022 was a massive and rapid ascension period. In order to ascend, you must clear out that which, if my energy, thank you. So Ava says, if your energy is filled with debris and thoughts and projections of other people and bindings and lack and all of those different things, if your energetic fields are filled with that, so too is your body. When we clear out the house of self, and we fill ourselves with our higher selves and our divine knowledge and purpose, the ownership that we matter because we create matter. So thoughts matter because they become physical matter. You are in a 3D aspect form, condensed energy that is matter. You matter because you are matter. Your thoughts matter because they become matter. So this full scale, it's almost like taking everything you've done in your journey and bringing it to a culmination period. So the full moon, which is in, I want to say 1 or 2 days, this moon is actually the activation of the grounding and the rooting and the bringing into form. The previous moon before that was the shedding of the identity and the self. When you move into the next phase, there are pieces of you and identities of you that simply don't belong. They can no longer resonate. There is no more space left for that in your energetic field because you have filled it with your light. The seeds that you are flourishing, the seeds that you have planted, is not just outside of you. It begins inside of you. You must flourish inside of you. You must honor your journey. For those of you who think you are not worthy because you've had such a tough journey and been in so much dark, I'm hearing back the truck up. I have somebody's son, J name here, older, I want to say in his 20s, maybe early 30s. His name starts with a J. I feel like I know exactly who this is. I want to say it's Jeremy. He says, back the truck up. It's a J name very clearly. There might be multiple because now I have 3 stepping forwards. 3 by 3. J name, back the truck up. The fact that you have been down in the depths of the darkness, fighting battles, not just for you, but for other people, trying to show a different perspective, trying to live outside a box when everybody's hurting you as the sheep back into the box over and over and over again. Sometimes the shepherd is cloaked in a dark cloak, rather than the shepherd that is cloaked in the cloak of the Christ white light. That is truth. Be mindful of this. Think of your thoughts in that form. Does this thought serve me? Is it cloaked in the Christ white light? Is it divinity pouring through me? Is it justice has been served, I just heard. Is it something that serves you? When we talk about consciousness, because we are a collective consciousness and we are opening to all these other things, you may start noticing. I'm being told somebody's grandmother here wants to say, this is so clear, she is so proud of you. So take this as it resonates. Your grandmother is so proud of you. She is a force to be reckoned with, and she is here to help you ground into the physical 3D form. She says, I know it has been hard. It has been so hard being in a physical body. Everybody's trying to be spiritual, not realizing that we're trying to be here having the human earthly experience. She says that is the flipping and the flopping of the spiritual experience. It is the turning over. She's saying, my grandmother's here with her too. They're all saying, I have a polka dot dress. That's a reference for somebody. I also have a grandmother who's on a cane, small but mighty. She is saying, you are small but mighty, as was I. I also want to say, there's all these different grandmothers showing up now. The wisdom of the grandmothers, the wisdom of the ancestors step forward to say, we are not rewriting history. We are not repeating the past. That phase, that system is done. You, our grandchildren, you are the ones who rewrite history because you have learned from the past. You have taken the box and you have opened it and you are moving forward. Do not look back. Do not give up. Keep moving forwards. This moon, this cycle, grandmother moon and all the grandmothers. I'm literally seeing layer upon layer of spirits of grandmothers, and those that are grandmothers coming in spirit is actually you and your higher self that you have lived as you are taking back your power, whoever this is. Take it as it resonates. You are not alone. The grandmothers from all culture, races, and history are stepping up at this time to tell you, you have broken those generational curses. That wounds and the cycles of trauma will no longer be used to continue repeating history. No longer. This is across the earth plane. This is the culmination of those things. The amount, I'm seeing spirits literally clapping for all of you. Bowing down, clapping, celebrate. It's like singing and celebration. This is the next phase of the journey. Is it going to look like chaos? It is. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid of the unknown. Do not be afraid as the towers fall and the things change and what was hidden comes to the light. That must happen. It must happen to build the world that you want to live in the light that you are, and to exist on a plane in the fifth dimensional consciousness, which is simply the fifth perspective, the new earth. Ishkwana'a. This, says your grandmother, this is what you came for. This is the piece. This is the part. There are those of you who are here to clean up. There are those of you who are here to teach. There are those of you who are here to rebuild the new way, and you are coming into full spectrum and in full view and in the spotlight because this is all now taking place. Literally, lifetimes have been built for this. There is not one race and not one culture and not one belief and not one person that has not mattered on the earth plane. I want to cry. This is so emotional. Every last one of you. No matter how insignificant you have felt, without you, this does not happen. Without you stepping into your light and being unabashedly, unapologetically, wholly, and authentically you, that includes saying, this was my journey. That is what made you worthy. That's what made you worthy. The things that you think make you less than, when you look at the bigger person, that is not the thing that makes somebody special or powerful or worthy or significant. It is you who has been in the depths of the darkness, moving. That alone is a sign of worthiness. I'm still standing, stronger than I've ever been. You are the strength. You are the light. This is the next phase. This is the new earth. That which created the cycles of trauma and continued it must fall. And that will look chaotic and uncomfortable. But it is only because we are rebuilding in the light. And we cannot rebuild if there is still a castle. They're giving me the image they gave me before, the image of building this beautiful castle of light on the earth plane, of love, of mind, body, and spirit, mastering the third dimension, mastering the I am presence, mastering our own energy. And everybody's mastery is different because each of us is different and we work differently and we have a different journey. That is the beauty of mastery. There is no one way. There is no one guru. There is no one light. There are many. There are 7 billion at this time. We are uniting the 4 corners, the 4 pillars. The grandmothers are saying the 8th fire has been lit. It is the fire of the infinite. Because that fire has been lit, a 12th fire will reign. And the 12th fire is a fire of rainbow flames in unity, not conformity. Ishkwan-a. That is the next level of the prophecy of the Rainbow Warriors, is what I am being told in the Ku'osha. This channel is now complete. We will close out the cycle, and I want to tell each and every one of you, you are literally not alone. You have teams of light, loved ones who have crossed over into spirit. Death is an illusion. I'm hearing you raise me up so I can stand on mountains. Although we are on a full moon, which is about releasing, you have been building up to this release so that you may bring it into form. This is the final clearing of your Earth Star chakra and the debris and the things that have been weighing it down. I'm literally being shown. You've had people hanging onto your grounding cords. You've had weights or round plates being put onto your Earth Star chakra. So side note, you are the creator of your own world. And because you are the creator of your own world, and because you're harnessing your vessel, you must understand that there are other people's energies that has affected your vessel. That is part of mastering your own energy. You must understand how others can affect and influence your energy in order to create your own world. Do not take responsibility for the earthly debris of others and the traumas of others. Take it out of your field so that you can create from your light, so that your light pours out, so that those who project into others and still are healing the trauma and the wounds, because there's still a lot of them. There's a lot of us that are still doing that. When you are in your light and you understand that that's theirs and not yours, that's when your light shines out into theirs and they get to clean up their energy too. I am one. We are 7 billion ones that create the one. All of us are being called. Clear out the house of self. Clean house. Clean house, my friends. This is not the channel that I expected to be or that I intended to do today, my friends. So if you like this channel and this divine guidance that's come through, if it resonated with you, put it in the comments. Until next time, bye, beautiful souls.